Hey Facebook, it's Tyler at Blueville Garden Store here, and today we're going to do a little video on how to make a wreath. Since we aren't doing the workshop this year, we thought this would be a fun way to substitute that class. So to do this project, you're going to need a wreath ring. You can do whatever size you want, however big or small. I think this one's like 8 or 10 inches. You'll want to roll a floral wire, some wire snips, and then some pruners and your greens. The greens we have are some different firs, pines, and cedar, but you can use whatever you want. So to start, you're going to take your firs, at least that's what I prefer to do, and just take some clippings off them, probably like 4 inches or so, 4 to 6 inches, depending on the size of your wreath ring. Obviously, the bigger wreath you do, the bigger clippings you'll need. So I like to use an assortment of them, take a few off of everything. And you'll just basically make like little layers and stack everything on top of each other. So after you do your firs, I like to go in and add some pine. And then after that, you can start laying on your cedars or your smaller things in the front. And you'll have a bundle that just kind of looks like that. And then to start your wreath off, you'll find the start of your wire. And I like to tie it on the middle bracket on my wreath. And on your ring, you'll have a kind of flat side and a side that's raised up. You want to build it on the side that's raised up so the flat side is against your door or wherever it hangs on. So take your wire, and I go through this middle one here and just kind of tie it off. And that is going to be the start of your ring. And you want to make sure you don't cut this off because you're going to take that wire all the way around with your wreath. And then I like to leave a little excess on the back, just so you have something to tie it off when you're done. Okay, and now that you have that started, you're going to take your bundles that you made and just lay it flat on top here of your ring. And then you'll take your wire and wrap just the bottom half of that bundle with the wire so it is secured to your ring. And you'll do that, I don't know, half a dozen times or so, depending on how secure you want it. And so you should have something that looks like this. And then basically the next steps are the same thing over and over again. You can arrange your bundles how you want, add extras, take off extra, layer them differently, and you'll just keep layering them probably like halfway or so on top around the whole way. And then just keep wrapping those around each time. So then that is with 2 of them. Then just keep adding on and working it around. The last one of these is always kind of tricky because you have to tuck it in underneath your start one, but it's not really that hard. Just kind of tuck it in there and tie it on good, and then eventually you will end up with what looks like this, a complete wreath. And I like to add a bow to mine. You don't have to add a bow, but if you want to, you can. And then if you want to get some like decorative little picks or ornaments, you can always get those and add them. And throughout, if you want to get a can of spray snow and make it look a little snowy, you can do that as well. But it's really a fairly straightforward process. Just use a little creativity and have fun with it, and let us know if you have any questions.